I'm so livid. I'm not allowed to curse in the first 30 seconds of a video. I am so livid with Obama right now. Not Obama. I'm just taking my anger out on him. He is my punching bag for a buildup of democratic treatment of Trump. See John Fetterman, absolute cuck. See Obama right now, absolute cuck. I want you guys to look at this picture from the Carter Center. What a beautiful picture of this ceremony. You got Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Doug Emhoff sitting up front. In the back, you could see Nancy Pelosi, got Obama right next to her. And next to Obama is Trump, but you can't see him. You can't see him. He's blocked behind this pillar. If you zoom in just enough, you could see his knee. And that was intentional by the photographer. That was intentional by the Carter Center to publish this. That was intentional because Donald Trump didn't respect Jimmy Carter as a president, like when he was alive, let alone after death. Jimmy Carter didn't vote for Donald Trump. Jimmy Carter didn't want Donald Trump to be president. It also seems fitting that Karen Pence, who I never really even knew existed until recently, refused to shake Donald Trump's hand in the most like mwah way possible. Is there something over there? Are you over here trying to shake my hand? I see something over there. Like, that was perfect. But also, what a cuck. What a cuck Mike Pence is. What a cuck. Sorry, this is my new favorite word right now. I need to stop. It works though. What a cuck you are, Mike Pence. This guy quite literally incited a mob to hang you. Do I need to go on? Like he was tweeting out, Mike Pence failed this country. He's betraying our movement. His supporters were carrying nooses and guns and marching into the Capitol chanting, hang Mike Pence. Mike Pence had to be carried out into fucking protective custody. In what world would you be jumping up to shake his hand? What the fuck is wrong with you? But I could see why Mike Pence says it, because he's a Republican and because he's falling in line. Okay, I get it. Obama, what are you doing? What are you doing? Me personally, if I had a guy that created an entire conspiracy movement centered around the fact that I was not born in this country, I wouldn't just like be joshing with him. As soon as Obama sits down, Donald Trump leans over to him. Like they're two fucking middle schoolers in the back of an assembly. What are they doing? What are they talking about? What are they just like jumping into conversation about? When was the last time that they see with each other that they can just like hop into conversation like it's normal, like it's habitual? Like, you don't like each other. Donald Trump, you what? Like, he just looks so happy with himself. Like, he just looks so proud of himself. And like, he is, because he won. He made it. Obama's not a political threat to him anymore. The only reason why Donald Trump even got into politics is because of Obama, because it pissed him off to have a black president. That's not factual. That's 100%. Subscribe for more political insight analysis like this. That's 100% coming from me. This guy just created like so many issues, so many problems for your life, Obama. Like, he completely decimated your legacy on Obamacare. Everyone thinks that Obamacare was a failure when it was like literally the most revolutionary thing to ever happen in the healthcare industry in America by far. And you just let Donald Trump just like shit on it. And like, what? Like, you just sat there and took it. You were a surrogate for Kamala Harris. I don't know, I'm being so Italian right now. You were a surrogate for Kamala Harris. You were saying this on the campaign trail just a couple of months ago.
And yet, when Donald Trump lies or cheats or bullies somebody or shows utter disregard for our Constitution, when he calls service members who died in battle losers, when he calls our fellow citizens vermin, people make excuses for it.
You're making an excuse for it right now by being colloquial with him. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I'm not saying that they have to pick fights at Jimmy Carter's funeral, right? Obviously that's disrespectful. But also, you didn't have to go to the other opposite extreme. He's literally never extended you any type of good faith or goodwill ever. Why would you offer him that? The only president in history to not show up at his successor's inauguration. Are you kidding me? He's the pettiest little fucker alive. And all he wants, all he's ever wanted is attention because his daddy didn't love him enough growing up. All he's ever wanted was to be in Manhattan's elite. All he ever wanted was to be in the In Club. And you're giving him that by just accepting him like it's normal. This guy incited an insurrection. He shouldn't be in the presidential office. He is. And I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that he's not a president. I'm not saying that he stole the election. I'm not saying that we should like overthrow him or anything. But he's a joke. Everyone sees him as a joke. Oh my God, the big strong man that's supposed to be ruling with an iron fist and governing all across the world so strongly with his threat of tariffs that people won't even think to threaten the United States. It's a lie. It's a joke. Russia's laughing at him. Russia's showing his wife's fucking nudes on their propaganda networks next to him, calling Tulsi Gabbard Russia's sweetheart, laughing at him for putting her as DNI. They are laughing at you. The UN is laughing at us. Mexico is laughing at us, trying to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. The president of Mexico is fucking mocking you. Oh, how beautiful would it be to make North America Mexican America? How beautiful would that sound? Wouldn't it sound so beautiful? You're a joke. Donald Trump is a joke. And for anyone in the Democratic Party to treat him with any type of legitimacy in any colloquial sense, I'm not saying this should carry over in policy, okay? In Congress, in government, in passing legislation and helping people, yes, work with him. Give him the concessions that he wants if they're not gonna hurt people. But outside of that, at a casual White House dinner, at any type of like fundraising event, at any type of funeral or any gathering like this, there is no reason that anyone should be acting like Donald Trump is anything but a convicted felon who scammed his way into the White House. What a joke. What a joke. It's not everyone, okay? Kamala Harris, how strong she was certifying that election. Which, by the way, I wish that they would have done a little press conference after to say, like, do you see that? Do you see how that was only half an hour? Do you see how easy and how simple and how just, like, ministerial rubber stamp that's supposed to be? And do you see how Mike Pence had no authority to interfere in that process and to overthrow the election and to count the false electorates? And do you see how extravagant and dramatic and fucking insane it was for an entire mob to show up at the Capitol and break into the Capitol? Like, do you see the difference? Kamala Harris handled it with such grace, and she shows up to the funeral and she has to see her best surrogate just joshing it up with Donald Trump in back of her. And like, she looks back and she looks forward. Look at her face. Just this poor woman, she just had to deal with the fucking insanity of Joe Biden for some reason thinking that he would have won the presidency, with him throwing her under the bus, basically saying, I would have won and you lost. She just dealt with that. Now she's dealing with her best surrogate, just chatting with Donald Trump, just acting like he's normal. It's a joke. And the only, I'm not saying the only, because there's probably more Democrats out there that I haven't seen, but really good person that has been emphasizing just how much of a joke Donald Trump is, Governor Gavin Newsom of California. Because let's remember what's going on while Obama and Trump are just joshing it up. California's burning, and on top of that, Donald Trump is blaming the fish. California is burning and Donald Trump is blaming the fish. Like, that is a real sentence that I have to say in this political and economic state of the world right now. He thinks that the smelt fish and the salmon, completely separate reservoir from the LA County, by the way, like completely separate water line, completely separate water supply, completely separate reservoir, nothing to do with each other. That the smelt and the salmon fish in the northern part of California are somehow leading to a shortage of water to the fire hydrants in Southern California, in LA. What a joke. What a fucking joke. I need to stop cursing in this. Sorry. Hang on. I'm so angry. For him to say that it's Governor Newsom's fault for not signing some made-up water reservation bill that literally didn't exist. Governor Newsom's response was just perfect.
I hate to even ask this question, but the president-elect chose to attack you, blame you for this.
One can't even respond to it. I mean, it's people are literally fleeing. People have lost their lives. Kids lost their schools. Families completely torn asunder. Churches burned down. This guy wanted to politicize it. I have a lot of thoughts, and I know what I want to say. I won't. I stood next to a president of the United States of America today, and I was proud to be with Joe Biden. And he had the backs of every single person in this community. He didn't play politics, didn't try to divide any of us.
I have a lot of thoughts. I know what I want to say, but I won't. Yes, that is, I think, the only correct way to deal with the joke that is Donald Trump is to clarify before everything, to make it so explicitly clear to him, we are only appeasing you because you have a title. We are not appeasing you because you have our respect, or because we think that you are good at decision making, or because we trust you, or because we like you as a person. It is solely because you scammed your way into the White House. We are treating you like this. If Judge Merchan had issued his sentence saying, like, if this were any other case, he would be in jail, but only because he's the incoming president, I'm gonna give him unconditional discharge, that would have been perfect. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for, is to just make that distinction so fucking clear to everyone. This is not normal. We should not treat this as normal. And the only reason why we are is because he scammed his way into the presidency. The only reason why we are is because enough people in America believed him to fall for it. And let's never let him forget that. Like, all he is a scammer and a grifter, and everyone should just treat him as such. There's no reason that Barack Obama should be chatting it up with him, joshing him. There's no excuse for that. What a cuck.